Do you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
Not anymore.
To an extent, yes.
Not right now.
I'm a very money-motivated person. I'm also a money monster.
Would you say that money could buy happiness?
Money makes your life much easier.
Helps.
I think he definitely buy me Hermes, and Hermes is close to happiness.
Okay, I hear that. Today we're in Central Park and we're guessing incomes in New York City. Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
I'm Rashida. I'm from New York, and I'm 25.
Would you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
I'm a very money-motivated person. I'm also a money monster.
Would you say that money could buy happiness?
Oh, I think he definitely buy me Hermes, and Hermes is close to happiness.
Okay, I hear that. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how happy would you say you are?
I'll say a 10.
10, awesome. So there's no improvements here.
A 10 like my body. No improvements.
What's the highest level of education you received so far?
Masters.
Awesome, what'd you major in?
I majored in fashion marketing and management with a minor in business law.
What's the biggest financial obstacle that you've encountered?
My biggest financial obstacle has to be me figuring out if I want to buy 2 Chanel bags or 3.
Now I'm gonna try to take a guess how much money you make a year. I wanna ballpark it at $85,000 a year.
That's actually too low.
Too low, okay. Let's keep it going up. 160,000.
160,000.
Awesome. What do you do?
I am a mogul. I actually do creative direction.
Awesome. Do you have any social media or anything you want to shout out?
I do. It's Mini Mogul. MINIMOGUL.
Awesome. Link to it in the description below.
Thank you.
Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
Armando, 44, from Italy originally, been living here for about a year.
Do you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
Yes.
Would you say that money could buy happiness?
Helps.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how happy would you say you are?
8.
What would it take for that 8 to become a 10?
More results per unit of time.
What's the biggest financial obstacle you've encountered?
The way you think about money is probably the biggest thing that you need to change to become successful. Money being a proxy for value that you generate for other people.
Wow. That's key. If you look back at your life, is there anything you would have done differently when it comes to money?
Started earlier.
If you went to college, what's the highest level of education you've received?
I did like a short university degree.
What'd you major in?
It was actually a medicine.
Medicine type of course. Okay.
Not what I'm doing right now.
Not what you're doing. Completely different.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna try to guess how much money you make annually.
Okay.
I want to ballpark it at $110,000 a year.
Too low.
180,000.
In the ballpark.
What do you do?
I work in tech.
You work in tech, also a tech guy, so you can work from anywhere.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm an
wow.
entrepreneur, so I am running my third company right now.
Awesome. Do you want to shout out a website?
Records.io actually. Check it out.
Awesome. Check it out. Link it to it in the description below. Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
Katia. From England, but I live here.
Do you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
No.
Would you say that money can buy happiness?
Money makes your life much easier.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy would you say you are?
7 to 9.
What would it take for that 7 to 9 to turn into a 10?
To know that my children are going to be happy for the rest of their lives.
Wow. If you went to school, what did you go to school for?
Media studies.
Media studies? Okay. What would you say is the most expensive item that you own?
My apartment.
Yeah, absolutely.
That and my Isabel Marant knee-high boots.
Oh.
Almost about as much as an apartment.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It's crazy. I'm going to try to take a guess at how much money you make a year. I want to ballpark it at $120,000 a year.
What do you base that on?
I'm basing it on your degree and your look currently.
Would it change your estimation if I told you I'm 52?
I'd probably go a little higher on that.
Right. You can't be 52, own an apartment, have 2 kids, and make 120.
We're going to go up to 200,000? We're around there.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a journalist.
Journalist. Like a written journalist?
Radio.
Radio. Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
My name is Nate, and I am 24. I'm from Los Angeles.
Do you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
To an extent, yes.
Would you go as far as to say money could buy happiness?
I would not say that. I would say that money can definitely make things a little bit more comfortable. But once you get to that comfortability point, anything beyond that is very temporary happiness. And in fact, it causes even more problems.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how happy would you say you are?
I'm always growing. I would say I'm an 8 to a 9, and I'm going to continue doing my best to get to the 10.
What do you think needs to happen for you to get to that 10?
Definitely a lot of changes in the world, you know. There's still a lot of negativity that's happening. But again, for me, it's all faith.
What would you say is the biggest financial obstacle you've had in your life?
In regards to financial, I just think that finding a place in New York or Los Angeles is very difficult nowadays, and you have to have kind of a nice foundation.
If you went to college, what was the highest level of education you've reached?
I got my master's in business administration at Johns Hopkins.
Now I'm going to try to take a guess at how much money you make annually. So if you're in between jobs, just got out of college, I'm actually just going to say about 10,000.
Yeah, I would say about 10,000.
Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
George, 29, from Connecticut.
Would you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
Not anymore.
Would you say money could buy happiness?
No.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how happy would you say you are?
8.
An 8, okay. What would that 8 take to get to a 10 level?
Moving out of New York City.
Moving out of New York. What's the biggest financial obstacle you've had in your life?
Paying for college.
What's the highest level of education you've received so far?
I got my bachelor's and then I got a CFA certification, so that felt like going to grad school.
What'd you study in the undergrad?
Business and engineering.
Business and engineering. What's the most expensive thing that you own?
I have a 1972 Pontiac GTO.
Very cool. Car man in New York. So it's actually not that common here.
No, that's not here either.
Now I'm gonna try to guess how much money you make.
Okay.
I wanna guess 280,000? 400,000 plus?
Ballpark.
Right ballpark? Wow. Oh my gosh, what do you do?
I'm a real estate analyst.
Real estate analyst, cool. Do you work for like a commercial real estate company?
I work for a asset manager.
Asset manager?
Invests in real estate.
Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
I'm Sayer, 29. I'm from Utah.
Do you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
Only because it's absolutely necessary, I guess.
Would you say that money can buy happiness?
I think studies have indicated only to a point.
How happy would you say you are on a scale of 1 to 10? 1
know,
being the lowest and 10 being the highest.
Probably like an 8.5.
What would it take for that 8.5 to go to a 10?
Lottery's looking pretty good right now.
Absolutely. What would you say is your biggest financial obstacle in your lifetime?
Probably student loan.
If you went to college, what's the highest level of education you've gotten so far?
I got a bachelor's.
Bachelor's? What'd you major in?
Photography.
Photography. Okay. Now I'm trying to guess how much money you make a year.
Okay.
This is wild, right? Photography is wild.
Yeah.
Could be anywhere. I want a ballpark at 90,000 a year.
Oh, that's almost that on.
Is that on?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
What do you do? You're a photographer?
I'm a printmaker.
Printmaker.
So I print photographs.
Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
I live in New York City. My name is Regina.
Would you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
No, unfortunately.
Would you say that money could buy happiness?
I can buy comfort.
Comforts, okay. What would you say is the biggest financial obstacle you faced, if any?
No.
You've had a blessed life.
Yeah, I know.
If you went to college, what'd you go to college for?
I went to conservatory. I'm a pianist and I work as a piano consultant.
Piano consultant. Okay, so that's what you do currently?
Yes.
Okay.
For all these years.
Did you have to get a degree for that?
You need a degree to be able to understand beautiful instruments.
Okay,
and-
that's something you could just learn on the internet.
I need my master's degree.
Okay.
In piano performance.
And now I'm going to try to guess how much money you make annually. I'm going to ballpark it at 110,000 annually.
Yeah.
Right about?
At least.
Awesome. Can you share your name, age, and where you're from?
I'm Baxter. I'm 28 years old and from Kansas, but I live here in New York.
Do you consider yourself a money-motivated person?
Not right now, but I think in the future, yes.
Would you say that money could buy happiness?
A certain amount, yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy would you say you are?
Say a 6.
What would need to happen for that 6 to turn into a 10?
Probably level up in my career.
If you went to college, what did you go to college for?
I went to college for business, so I majored in marketing and information systems.
Okay, now I'm gonna try to take a guess at how much money you make. I wanna ballpark it at 102,000 a year. 130,000? Close. Close? 125,000. What do you do for a living?
I'm a product designer.
Product designer.
I'm not doing anything that's related to information systems or
Really?
marketing. Yeah, I switched career paths.
Now, what is the degree you got in computer science and information? Was that needed for what you're doing?
No, not particularly, no. After I graduated, I kind of did some self-learning and transitioned into design, so I needed that. As a designer, you definitely need a portfolio when you're looking for a job.
If you enjoyed that video, smash the like button. Check out this video where we go around New York City guessing more things about New Yorkers.
I'm laughing at your YouTube channel. I have a radio show.
Radio show.
Yes, it's real media.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Sean Rizwan for creating the first guessing incomes in New York City video. I'll link to it in the description section below.